the fact that a number of them have still not received their stipends. Hill Ghana says that even though those 2 months' salaries for October and September were paid just about last week, they are still owed over 7 months and nothing has come into their coffers, and so they're asking for government to do something about it. Now, they're also saying that if government promised them permanency, then it must happen. It is one of the major reasons why they're embarking on this demonstration. I have a young man here. He's from Revenue Ghana. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
What's your name?
I'm Xavier.
Okay, I see you have a paper here. Can you show it to our camera? Let's see. It says what? GRA, please consider with the NABCO trainees for employment. Why do you say so?
Yeah, we say so because I witnessed, since we were posted to that sector, I witnessed about 2 years where new recruits were brought in, but we continue to be there without being considered. Okay. So far, we want to send a signal to our Commissioner General, Reverend Amishadai, to consider us. We are his children. He should also consider us. Let us also eat. We also consider us so that we can also be employed. So we are pleading. We are pleading that he should consider us in this recruitment, this year's recruitment and this year's postings. He should consider us as also giving us also a placement so that we can also work as Ghanaians.
Are you saying that for those of you who went to work at GRA, none of you were given permanency at all?
Those that I knew that were given permanency, it was like a protocol.
Protocol,
yes,
were they part of NABCO?
Yes, about last year, about 4 of the NABCO interns were given a permanent whereby it was on protocol, basis of protocols. But the rest of us are still there. And so we are pleading with our commissioner that we should consider us and so employ us also.
And they told you for a fact that it was based on protocol that they got the job?
Yes, those people confirmed to us that they are through protocols. Some were not ready to disclose, but we knew at the back of...
You knew about it. Yes. Now, for those of you who were working there, you remember that in October it was announced that NABCO had ended. And then, the finance minister mentioned that they'll keep you on for a year so that they can, absorb you into permanency. What's happening to that?
For that one, we are just there. No communication so far. No communication so far. We are just there. We've been going to work since then. I can imagine that we've been going to work 6 months now, no allowance. How can we keep ourselves? How can we keep going to work?
They paid September and October. Did you get yours?
I have not received mine. I went to check about 3 days today. I have not received mine. No funds to be loaded. And so it's still like that 6 months. As a guy, how can I keep myself? How can I go to work? In fact, the sources that we have been getting money from they are also tired. They are asking us to be in the house so that they can take over. We can't be in the house. So we are pleading with our Commissioner General that he should have mercy on us. And I also want to tell Mr. President that, Mr. President, good morning. We know the program you brought is a good program. And there is no intention of yours to, punish us with this program. But of late, it's becoming more of a punishment to us. Because how can we go to work for 6 good months without stipends? We are seriously struggling.
How were you raising money to be able to go to work?
Yes, my siblings have been helping, and some of the time the friends. But they are also tired. They asked me about 3 weeks ago that I should stay in the house and they can get up for me. But I cannot stay in the house. So we are asking that Mr. President to employ us. We have served Ghana for 4 years now. National service, NABCO for 3 years. We are in the 4th year. We are our 5th year now. We are pleading that we have also served Ghana. So they should also have mercy on us and so employ us so that we can also permanently work. I also want to send signal to our NABCO secretariat that enough of frustration. Frustration is too much because day in day I'll bring this document. Come and submit this document. Come and submit this document. Is it document that we are going to eat?
Submit the document for what exactly?
As in, come and for head count. Submit document for inspection. As in permanent work. For ever since nothing is happening. So we want to ask them that enough of frustrations. Of late, we have been asked to come for a head count. Maybe it will get to a time that we will be asked to come for a leg count. We don't want to get there. Okay. Enough of frustrations.
All right. Let me speak to a few of the other gentlemen as well. There's one, the conveners are here. Let's just speak to them quickly. Hello, sirs. Hello. Good morning. How are you? And maybe both of you can join me. What's your name, sir?
I'm Nana Berema Samoa. Nana Berema Samoa.
You're also a NABCO person?
I'm patron for the coalition of NABCO trainees.
Patron? Yes. Okay, what are the exact reasons why you're embarking on this demonstration?
We are here to demand an answer for a simple question. Where are the jobs you promised? You promised NABCO trainees job before the election. You came out with a career pathway which option trainees to either select permanent job. You want to be resourced to establish your own venture. or you want to proceed with your further education. After the election, this promise has been dissipated. It has vanished to a mere promise of migrating all NABCO trainees onto a yet-to-be-start program.
The president said about 49,000 of you were absorbed into permanency.
He even gave a concrete statistics that even over 25,000 trainees, they were supposed to be absorbed under the GES. Those who are within the Educate Ghana model, they will be absorbed as permanent workers. But after the election, we are not seeing any impactful, or we are not seeing a full implementation of the promise that they
The
made.
finance minister said you should stay at post for another year, and then after that, they'll absorb you into to start your own business.
I would say even for now, the position of NABCO trainees, it is not definite. The position of NABCO trainees, it is not tantamount to any legal relation. Why do I say that? Any organization, when you are given a contract and the contract is exhausted, there is a renewal. When the contract exhausted, initially, government came out with a communique that all trainees should vacate their post. They are done with them. It is now left between them and their agencies. So it is now the onus of the agencies to either extend your contract or not. It took some of us to agitate. All of a sudden, we heard government issue even the communique was a social media release that they made. So if you check the NABCO scheme, you realize that always we have been communicated through our portal. The contract, we printed the engagement letter from the portal. When the contract exhausted, the first communique that they issued that we should vacate our post, they communicated through the portal. And the notice that they issued for us to remain at post, they never issued it through the portal. That was the defect here. And again, there hasn't been a specific timelines. How for what duration, for what specific timeline NABCO trainees are supposed to remain at post until permanent arrangement. So far there is no definite contract at all.
They said 1 year.
No, the 1 year is not stated anywhere. 1 year is, let's not pervert the whole communique. They never state it anywhere that NABCO trainees should remain at post for a year.
The minister didn't say
It's a fallacy. No, the communique that Secretariat issued, dated 15th November last year, they never specify emphatically. There hasn't been any explicit statement that NABCO trainees should either remain at post for 6 months, 1 year, or 2 years.
So we shouldn't go by what the finance minister said.
No. There should be an explicit renewal. If you have renewed their contract that they should remain at post, you have to come out with a specific term of reference, so that NABCO trainees will build the full assurance that indeed we have to wait for this specific period before we will get our engagement letters. We will get our permanent appointment.
Let me just come to this gentleman before. Please don't go yet. That's the patron, by the way. We'll come to him shortly to ask him a few more questions. But good morning.
Good morning.
I mean, I remember you because I've interviewed you before. But for those who are watching, your name and your module.
My name is Frank Kwanzaa. I'm in Educate Ghana.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so far, have you also received the 2-month stipends that they paid last week?
Yes, please, I've received it.
So how many months do they owe you?
Government owns government trainees 6 good months arrears, and also government owes Hill Ghana models over 10 good months they have not been paid. So we are calling on the government to, pay all these arrears or clear all these arrears.
I mean, if that's the case, how have you been able to go to work all this while?
Sometimes you have to, borrow from people. We have been borrowing and borrowing and borrowing. And you see, let me just bring this one in. It is because NABCO trainees decided to embark on demonstration. That is why government pays the 2-month arrears. We are on 6 good months. Government owes nurses 10 good months that have not been paid. You ask yourself, how do you go about their daily activities? In fact, NABCO trainees are really suffering. We are really, really suffering.
Which is why I would have expected that a lot of you would have been here today to demonstrate. I mean, if you look at the numbers, you're supposed to move from here at 9:30. It's around 8:30, and we don't have more than even 30 people around. What do you say to that? Did you not communicate to your people that you'll be embarking on a demonstration today?
We communicated to them, and I'm very sure that they will be here. You see, you ask yourself this question: why NABCO Secretariat have decided to do a head count today? We have all these months over. Last month, you couldn't do this head count. Last year, couldn't do this head count. Just because we wanted to embark on this demonstration. That is why NABCO Secretariat have decided to do this head count. In fact, that is unfair.
That is probably why some of them are not here. Do you believe that's the reason?
I'm sure that's the reason. They just want to boycott our demonstration. But yes, sir, we will do this demonstration.
Are you worried that there might be victimization after this?
I mean, I'm not worried. Okay. I'm not worried at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm seeing some placards here, by the way. One says Dr. Anyas, and Dr. Anyas, by the way, is the CEO. Why do you say he's incompetent? What has he done wrong?
You work with people. You don't communicate with the people. 8 months without no communication, no pay. You don't tell the people nothing. Is that not incompetence? I think I'm okay with that. Are you okay with that?
We spoke to him on TV. I'm sure you watched it. And he said that there were plans to help the NABCO personnel to also gain permanence.
You said you spoke with him some time back. I remember he was on your TV some time back and he made mention our stipends will be paid. In 2 weeks' time, did you remember that time? How many weeks did it take for the stipend to be paid? He mentioned 2 weeks. How many months did was the money paid?
Have you...
2 weeks that he mentioned, right?
Yes.
Is that not incompetence?
Okay.
Are you okay with that?
So if you say he's incompetent, what exactly are you asking to be done to him?
With what I've just said to you, is that not incompetence? Is that not a problem?
I said he lacked communication skills to we the trainees. Exactly.
Well, I'm seeing, go by your words, Mr. President, over 3 years working experience is enough for permanent employment. Give us the jobs we are capable of working, and no NABCO trainee has been given permanency yet. And this very popular poster, of course, if you remember, before the 2020 elections, billboards were mounted with these posters just to communicate that if you want NABCO to continue, then you should vote. Well, they're saying nothing has happened. Youth unemployment is a threat to national security. Now, it's interesting that you're putting all this up. Yesterday, there was a video that was posted on the president's Twitter page, Francis, and he was saying that maybe you should vote and agree to the e-levy so that they can provide these jobs that you are asking for. Did you see that video?
No.
You haven't seen the video yet? You saw the video. Okay, so what did you make of that video?
And that was you start.
You are covering your face.
Okay. You were never promised. You were never promised you start ahead of the 2020 elections. In fact, it was undisputed. It was very clear that we are supposed to fill career pathway for it to be made permanent after the 3 years program. And it's been 2 good years. It's been almost 2 good years since we filled the portal. Now, my question to the president is, was it just for political expediency? Could that be the reason why he's quiet? Do you remember in August 2021? In fact, it was captured in the Ghanaian Times. 73 NABCO beneficiaries to join state agencies department.
73,000, you mean?
Yes, 73,000 NABCO beneficiaries to join state agencies department. Nanado. And now Nanado is quiet. Nana, we are tired, oh, we are tired. We are tired. We are tired over your silence. In fact, you'll be quiet for a very long time. Why? What is happening? Nana, are you not in the country? We are hungry, oh. People are being recruited at our expense through the back door. Is it because we don't have party cards? Is it because we are not MPP members? Nana, what is happening? Please, we are begging you, fulfill your promise. It's been almost 2 years since we filled the career pathway. Please, please. We also have families.
How have you been surviving all this while?
In fact, we've been relying on our parents. In fact, me, for instance, I have lost my parents, both. And I'm the firstborn among my siblings. So you can imagine. You can imagine, we are 5. We are 5, I'm the firstborn. My parents are not alive. So what do you expect me to do? Do you want me to go and steal, Nana? Do you want us to go and steal, to engage in armed robbery? Nana, please, fulfill your promise.
You are left with 2 years to complete your term. Fulfill your promise. We are begging you. We are begging you. We are begging you. Yo, bye-bye.
All right. So, I mean, after this demonstration, what next?
Oh, basically, we will advise ourselves because that shouldn't be the end of the demonstration. But what matters most is our trainees. Sometimes I pity them. Instead of you for us to troop here, to, go with the masses, you've refused not to show up. But the few of us in here will show up.
But maybe they don't have money to board transport to come here.
Yeah,
we all know they have not been paid.
Exactly. Like my own, like I said, I have not been paid, but yet I borrowed it from my sibling.
To come here today?
Exactly. I'm from Kumasi. That's why I decided to come to, showcase my displeasure to the government. Because like he said, I've also lost my parents. And though I'm the last born, but no one cares for me. I'd rather have to hustle and fend for myself. So we are pleading, the government to, come to our aid to rescue us because the unemployment, is becoming something uncalled for. And it's a threat to national security as well. And last time I heard, Honorable Napo saying that that thing shouldn't be an issue. But if you start someone, what will be the next implication? So we are begging them. It's not our intention to do this thing, but we are pleading. They should come to our aid and also to come to our rescue.
I've seen some women around. Let's try and speak to these women and see what they also have to say. So far, it's the men that we've been speaking to. There are a few of them here, and I'm hoping that we can get to speak to them. Hello, ladies. This is a major concern, not just for men. You don't want to speak? You don't want to speak as well? Hi. Well, it looks as if the women are not ready to speak. Only the men. Well, another placard here says, job experience without livelihood is useless. 3 years of working. You have some experience to some extent. So is that not good enough?
They did not give us experience to just go and do our own job. I am with local government. And as a local government staff, I need to be employed in local government. But recently, they employed 3,000 plus local government staff without NABCO personnel. So what is the experience?
Was there even an opportunity for you to apply?
No, we did not hear anything. We didn't see anything. All we saw is that local government released them in 3 badges. And I'm a NABCO personnel. I didn't hear anything or what.
And you have what, a degree or a diploma?
A degree.
You have a degree in what?
Political science.
Okay.
From University of Ghana. Yeah.
This is disturbing. We are interested in permanent jobs and not 69925. Is that the amount you're receiving?
Yes, please. We have been paid 6,992.5.
And it's not enough?
It's not enough at all. It's not enough at all. It's not enough because looking at 699, we have families. Me, for example, I'm a married man. Taking care of my wife with 699 is not enough. And we have the experience, so we like the government to give us a permanent job so that we can get something more than 699.
It took a while for you to even receive September and October arrears. Did you get that?
Yes, I just received that last week.
So even before that, how were you managing? You said you're a married man. You have to pay your bills. You have to take care of your wife and your home. And I'm sure even extended family as well. How were you managing?
Exactly. So when the 699 came, I used all to service debt. So as I'm standing here right now, I even borrow money from Kofodia to this place. I don't have anything on me. At times, I'll use the weekend to go and do extra work like mason work or labor work and get something small to feed the family. So it's not easy at all. It's not easy.
What do you have? Is it a degree or a diploma?
I have a degree in human resource management.
You have to do mason work on the side to survive?
Yes, please. That is the only option I have because I'll be going to work every day. I'll not be paid. As I'm speaking to you now, we haven't been paid for that of November, December, and January, and we are in February. So you can see the economic hardship you are going through.
Is it enough if they just pay you your stipends and you continue to work? Because government says stay at post for a year and then we'll find a solution. Is that enough or you want permanency now?
We want permanency now because 3 years is enough for us to be given permanent job. All the experience, I'm particularly with local government at the district assembly. As I'm speaking to you, last week, we have 5 new staff from nowhere to be posted into the staff. My office, for example, we have 2 new staff. And when the opportunity comes, we the NABCO trainees don't hear of it. But every day they'll be telling us we are in a talent pool, waiting for permanent employment. And people will be coming from nowhere to occupy the position we are working for. And at times we have to train them. we have to train them. So it's quite painful. It's very, very painful. Very, very
Well,
painful.
we do hope that our government officials are listening. Let me speak to 2 more gentlemen, or even 3 of them, and then we'll take it from there. Hi, have I spoken to you already? Not yet. Your name and what module?
Yeah, I'm Donko Eric.
Can you please come this way so we can see you? Eric Donko, what module were you on?
Yeah, Educate Ghana.
Please stand so we can see your face. How easy or difficult has it been surviving in the last few months of not
Very
receiving?
difficult, my sister. For the last month, or for about the last 9 months, some of us have not been paid. And it's very, very discouraging.
9 months. So you haven't even received the 2 months.
Months, arrears, they are owing me. And it's been very difficult for me and my family. So I am urging the authorities in charge to do the needful for us. We are pleading with them. This is not an authority, but we are pleading with them to do the needful for us. Now, this morning, our message is very simple. Our arrears should be paid. Secondly, the government or the president made a promise somewhere around September, Sunyani and then the Tamale, that they are going to take care of the NABCO personnel after our contract has ended. So we are pleading with the government and then the authority in charge that they should do the needful for us so that we will appreciate what they are doing for us. All right, thank you.
9 months, by the way, how are you surviving?
Yes, you see, sometimes you need to go there yourself, seek money from your parents and friends.
Your parents? Yes. How old are you? I mean, if you go to your parents.
I am about 30 years now.
30 years?
Yeah.
When you go to them, don't they complain?
They complain a lot. So what do? They have to take care of you because your work is not being paid for you. So that's the right thing.
Let me speak to this gentleman here. Good morning, sir. What's your name and what module are you on?
Yeah, my name is Philip. Revenue Ghana. I'm under GRA.
Under GRA?
Yes.
In fact, last year, GRA exceeded its target. So that means that a lot of you were doing a lot of work.
Exactly. Especially some of us in our offices, we don't play at all. If you see what the work we do, it actually reflected in the GRA's performance. But it's so sad that when it comes to recruitment, all we hear is that people are at the training school, and you don't know how they get there. And we have been sidelined, to be honest. And we want the authorities at GRA to re-look at the way they treat us. In fact, we are not happy at all. So we want them to consider us. We have worked for it, and we have demonstrated good faith. So it is now left on their part to also honor their promise.
What if after this demonstration nothing happens? What are you going to do?
In fact, we will be so disappointed with the government, to be honest. You know, the government has promised us that at the end of everything, we will not go home empty-handed. And there's going to be something that will engage us. And in fact, looking at it, we don't seem to get it because we are not seeing the headline. The headway, how things are going. So we are disappointed if it ends that way.
All right. Well, they will be embarking on the demonstration in a few minutes, 9:30 exactly. But as you can see, they are also busy pasting their posters on the placard so they can show it. They say NABCO nurses also matter. And while they're busy doing what they have to do, just so they can get ready. I've seen the police also arriving. The police had mentioned that they would not be able to provide security on the 15th of February, which is when they had wanted to embark on the demonstration. They met them and said it was not possible, but today was possible, and so they'll provide security. Let's see if we can speak to one of the bosses. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Is it possible to speak to you? Good morning.
The commander is around. The regional commander is around.
Okay. All right. Is there a way I can get in touch with him? Where is he? Okay, we're told the regional commander is around. He's across the street from there. Let's see if we can go and speak to the regional commander. Okay. Well, the numbers are increasing, by the way. As you can see, the police personnel are also here in their numbers, ready to provide security for the NABCO personnel to embark on the strike. We are looking for the regional commander, so we get to speak to him on preparations towards this demonstration. But as you can see, even across the streets, we have a number of them, stationed here, getting ready for the demonstration. Let's see if we can get to speak to the man in charge of this operation, by the way. Okay. Hello, sir. Is there a way we can speak to the regional commander? All right, sir. Well, we're trying to find him so we can speak to him. Let's see how that goes. But just to find out, of course, also for them, measures that have been put in place to provide security for them. Okay, so we'll get to speak to one of them. All right. Okay, so that should be the regional commander of the Ghana Police Service. And, okay. Good morning, sir. Thank you so much for agreeing to speak to us. We had wanted to speak to, the man in charge, and we're told that the regional commander is here. So I hope you're doing well.
Very well.
All right. This morning, we've seen the NABCO personnel, not too many like we would have hoped for, but at least they are here. And we see a number of security personnel here as well. Why was it important to shift the date to the 17th?
Originally, they applied to demonstrate on the 15th. And one other group concerned unposted trained teachers also applied to demonstrate within the same week. So we found it as the command, we found it wise to bring the two of them together to demonstrate today. Instead of we policing them today, the next day we have to police another team. It costs a lot to undertake a demonstration operation. You see the officers around. They have to be pulled from other competing demands and brought here. You see the vehicles parked. They have to be fueled and brought here. And above all, the Inspector General of Police will be gracious to give the officers a ration. So all this comes at a cost to the police service. It's not easy. So when people apply and the days are closer, we try to merge them. Last week, we had a demonstration of 10 different groups put on one platform. So the same thing we planned for these guys. Unfortunately, a day or two ago, I received a letter from the concerned unposted trained teachers that the Minister of Education has intervened, and therefore they are no more coming. But every arrangement has already been done towards today. So that is why we are here in our numbers. We hope that they will also come up. If they don't come to the expected numbers, we will just scale down and go with a minimum number, a small number.
These expected numbers. I mean, how many of them are you expecting?
Well, it is their duty to get their people, not the police.
Because as it stands now, we seem to have even more security personnel than...
Every group that applies for us will tell us that they are pulling several thousands of people. But it depends on how much or far they have done their organization. Our duty is to make sure that we plan proportionally. We plan very well to cover everybody. If we come and they are lesser, we'll scale down so that the officers will go and do the other jobs. If we come and they are big like the other day, fine. We go, but we will always make sure that we plan well. Yes.
What assurances are you giving to these young people, at least as you provide security for them today? I know that a statement was released from the Ghana Police Service asking them to also adhere to several protocols just so that you can provide some security. But what assurances are you giving them?
My assurance to them, to the demonstrators, is that we shall do our very best to give them the protection. And not only we are protecting, we are also protecting other people. You see, when we are policing a demonstration, you are policing the demonstrators and perhaps maybe a counter demonstrators, and then other lives and property along the way. So we will give them all the security that they deserve to exercise their democratic rights.
Thank you so much. And this will start officially at 9:30, by the way. This is the regional commander. I did not exactly get your full name. I don't want to mention your name without your title. So if you can kindly just help me out with that.
I'm Deputy Commissioner of Police.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. I'm very grateful. So you've heard from the Deputy Commissioner of Police. Well, he says that looking at the number of demonstrators, they may have to scale down their number if they do not also record high numbers of demonstrators here. So at the moment, they are all here. They are ready to, of course, provide security for the NABCO personnel who are embarking on this demonstration. Quite a number of them still coming, by the way. We're going to cross over to that side. This is TV3Newday, and we're speaking to both security and the NABCO demonstrators who are saying that they want two things. They want permanency, and also they want all their stipends to be paid. There are some who are saying it's been 9 months since they received their stipends for working as NABCO personnel. Nothing has been received yet. So a number of them are still here. The police is going there, I'm sure, to officially address them before we even begin this demonstration. So let's head over there. I've seen a few women who are here. Hopefully they'll speak to me. Hello, ladies. Can I speak to you? Good morning. Good morning. You all don't want to speak, but you have not been paid, which is why you are here. You want permanency. You don't want to speak? Okay. Hi, are you part of the demonstration? Okay, well, they clearly don't want to speak, but let's go straight to the police. They're addressing them now.
Today is their day. We are here for them, please. So just get your people to come. Call all of them. Eh? Yes. If you have to buzz them to come quickly, and then we take off. All right. We are here for you. We will give you the security. All right. Okay. Thank you.
So you've heard from him. He says that even though the numbers are not, that encouraging, the conveners should bus as many more NABCO personnel here so that they can provide the security that they need. They're ready. The placards are all up. Again, we're here. We're not ready. So just tell me the routes that you'll be using for this demonstration. If you can turn around and face my camera. So we're here at the brass spot. Where are we going to pass, and where is our end point?
We'll be taking we'll be going towards Accra, and then we'll turn to what's the name? National Theatre. Up to Independence Square. That's the route that we are going to.
To Independence Square. When you get to Independence Square, are you presenting a petition?
Yes, we are presenting to Dr. Yans.
Oh, you're going to see the CEO of NABCO Secretary?
We've been invited by the police. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So that's what he says. So from here, we're going through National Theatre, yes, all the way to
Independence Square.
Independence Square. And that is where officially they'll present, their petition to Dr. Ibrahim Anyas. He is the CEO of the NABCO Secretariat. They're still coming, still trooping in gradually, not as thick a crowd as you would have expected, but we're hopeful that, at the moment it's 8:51. By 9:30, we'll have the numbers so they can embark on this demonstration. My name is Balamundi. I'm here at the Obra Spot interacting with some of the NABCO personnel on TV3Newday. I'm sure we'll come your way again with some more.
It is some 18 minutes to the top of the hour. We're going to go back to the Obra Spot where our colleague Balamundi is standing by with the NABCO trainees who are demonstrating this morning. We're going to see what the update is. The time that they set to kick things off was 9:30 a.m. The numbers very conservative at the moment.
The numbers are not plenty. That's what you want to say.
That's what I'm trying to say.
English.
As you can see right behind me, they're ready, they're walking, and the security personnel are also here in their numbers, also supporting. So that's what's happening at the moment. NABCO personnel embarking on a strike, on a demonstration, pardon me. And they are asking for two things. One of them is that they want permanent jobs. They want permanent jobs. And the second one is that they also want their stipends to be paid in full. So that's them behind us with various placards. And we're walking all the way to the Independence Square. That is where they will present a petition to the CEO of the NABCO Secretariat, Mr. Ibrahim Anyas. But as you can see, there are some that say job experience without livelihood is useless. There are some who are saying the argument that 39,000 NABCO trainees have gotten permanent employment is a figment of imagination. I mean, so many of them, you know, sharing their concerns and asking that government really fulfills its side of the promise that says that they will provide permanent jobs for them. So I'm going to try and speak to, all morning we've been speaking to a gentleman. Let's speak to this lady so she can also tell us why she's here today. Good morning, how are you?
Good morning, I'm fine.
What's your name and what module are you on?
My name is Amina Mohammed. I'm from Senya East.
Okay.
I'm a health personnel.
Health personnel, so that means Heal Ghana.
Yes.
When was the last time you received your stipend?
I received my last salary at March 2021.
March 2021?
Yes.
So almost a year?
Almost a year. They've not paid me. Akufado haven't paid me. He said we don't have PIN. But we all have PIN. Me like this, I have a PIN. This is my PIN. This is my PIN. This is my face. I am an allied health professional council. I have my license. Akufado has refused to pay us that we don't have a PIN. He should come and ask. It's not all of us that we are under nurses and midwifery. Me like this, I'm under Allied Health Professional Council. So why are they saying they're not paying the Heal Ghana? Over 10 months, they are not giving us our money. This is my PIN. So they should do everything possible to give us our money with the Heal Ghanaians. They should give our money to us. And the permanency, they should give the permanency to us. They are saying with the Heal Ghana, Ghana Health Professionals Council said, we don't have PIN, but we are not employed by the Ghana Health Professional Council. It's NABCO that recruited us. We were recruited by NABCO. It's not Ghana Health Service. So Akufado and the president, we beg you people, give us our money, or else we will come back for the demonstration. Heal Ghana, pay us. Heal Ghana, pay us our arrears.
Let's walk forward a bit so that the sound will be behind us. But what I want to ask, so all this while, how have you been surviving? 10 months? Let's go forward. So she says that she hasn't received her stipend since March 2021. She's on the Heal Ghana module. How have you been surviving all this while? Because you were still going to work at least until October when they announced that the, NABCO, exactly.
From there, we've been going to like this, our department. We are only 2 in the lab there. I and my intern, no one is there. I've been working from that day. Even yesterday, I went to work 6 a.m. In the morning, I came home 8 o'clock. I've been working throughout. Even the COVID, I've been working. But they have refused to give us our money that we don't have a PIN. But this is my PIN. This is my evidence. That's why I brought the card to come and show. It's not all of us who doesn't have PIN. So they should not combine all of us that with the Heal Ghana, we don't have PIN. This is my PIN. Vice President, we beg you. We beg you to come on this. If you've issued the money, they should pay us our money because we are starving. We have family members. We have children and husbands that we should take care of them. They should go into it and look for those who have PIN and give our money to us. That is all we are pleading, and our permanency. They should give the permanency. They've promised us. They've made us useless to our families. Our families know that we are working. We should feed our children and our parents. But here lies the case. Almost 1 year. How are we going to feed ourselves? And our parents that took care of us, we should give them something. They've made us useless and disappointed.
You get the 2-month stipends that came last week for September and October?
No, please. They gave us message on Thursday that Friday they will pay us. But when the money came, the Heal Ghana, they did not pay us. We, the Heal Ghana, they didn't pay us the 2 months. We did not receive the money. It's in my department like this. The whole district is only one person who is in the Heal Ghana that received that 2 months. All of us, we did not receive the money. So it's a lie. They did not pay us.
All right. Thank you so much for speaking to us. And, well, she's clearly not happy. It's been about 11 months since she last received her stipend. She is on the Heal Ghana module. And you heard from her how she even manages to go to work, the number of hours that she's supposed to put in, and yet she did not even receive the 2-month stipend that was given last week. This is why they're walking. We're walking all the way to the Independence Square. They want to present a petition to the NABCO Secretariat CEO, Dr. Ibrahim Anyas. They want to tell him that it's time for you to give us that permanency that your government promised, and also pay us our stipends, especially on the back of the fact that now it's been announced that there's going to be a 30% increase in transport fares. I wonder how they feel about this. I'll speak to some of them and find out what they make of this, because officially tomorrow, transport fares are going up by 30%, and I really don't know how they're going to survive. And they're saying that it's because of the increase in fuel prices. So let's see if we can speak to another person. All right. Good morning. What's your name? And
I am Nana Techi, the Public Relations Officer for the Coalition of NABCO Trainees.
This is a very important activity, not just for you, but for everyone on the NABCO team that has not received their stipends and also has not gotten permanency. What are you saying to government this morning?
Now, our issues are very simple. We have worked for a number of months that we have not been paid. Our colleagues on the Ghana model have worked for over 11 months that they have not been paid. Our arrears, our allowances have been in a stalemate for a number of months. And so today we are here to register our displeasure. We are here to tell the government that we are not happy of the things that is going on the scheme. And also, if you could recall, prior to 2020 general elections, His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo promised us a permanent job. That led to the introduction of career pathway transition process, which was option to usher us into the permanent mainstream job and to also resource section of trainees who would want to enter into their own businesses. Now the scheme has expired for a number of months now. We were asked to go back to our corporate job environment. We have been going to work. There has not been any communique to explain our condition of service. We don't know what the future holds for us. So as I speak to you, we don't even know whether we are entitled to the same 700 Ghana cedis. Our appointment letters that were issued to us in the year 2018 is outmoded. So we are here to tell the government that it should make things clear to us. Are we going to be employed? What is the essence of the career pathway transition process? We know that is the more reason why this morning we have gathered here to register our displeasure to the government.
I asked Dr. Ibrahim Anyasa about how much would be paid, and he said that it's the same system that's been extended for a year. And so whatever amount you are receiving, you will still receive that amount until it's over.
Better. Dr. Anyasa is a doctor. He should know better. You cannot just say that they're going to receive the same amount of money without any legal backing. And so you cannot, based on the old appointment letter, to tell us that you're going to receive the same 700 Ghana cedis. No. The scheme has expired. And so, if you have extended the contract, let us understand. Give us appointment letters. Give us a letter that attests to it that you will be given an extension and we will be paid this particular amount of money.
Well, this morning it's been announced that fuel prices, transport fares are going to go up by 30%. I don't know if you're aware of that, but I know it's one of the concerns that Ghanaians have had, that salaries for many people has remained the same, and yet, cost of living keeps increasing. You are asked to still continue to go to work. How are you going to manage? I mean,
life is going to be very unbearable. And so that is the more reason why we are unhappy. Because even the little that we receive, look at the inflation. Every day, the price of goods and services keep on increasing. Meanwhile, our allowances is not subject to any increment. For the 3 years that we get enrolled on the scheme, our allowances have never been increased. Now, every day, fuel prices keep on going up, price of goods and services keep on going up. How do we cope with this kind of situation? So that is the more reason why we are calling for the implementation of career pathway transition process, so that when we have been employed permanently, at least our condition of service will be better. At least at the end of the month, we'll receive our salaries. At least at the end of the month, we'll be able to manage the ritual that we receive. We know that it will come regularly.
Are you a little concerned about the number of people that showed up for this demonstration?
Yes, seriously, I am not happy looking at the turnout because, but you know what, I don't blame trainees so much. It is as a result of intimidation. If you could recall, 3 days of today, the Accra coordinators came out with a release that they are going to organize a head count. So I think it is as a result of the head count. That is why the turn-up is not encouraging.
You cannot say that for a fact. If they still wanted to come out and demonstrate, don't you think that they would have come out in the...
Bella, they fear that they will be intimidated because that has been the norm on the scheme. That is what some of the coordinators used to do. And so they fear that if they do not go to the head count, the coordinators will segregate them. They will single them out from the scheme. And so that is the reason why most of the NABCO trainees are not here. Not that they don't support the demonstration. They support the demonstration, but they fear that when they come, their coordinators will single them out from the scheme.
Thank you so much. Nana Techi is the PRO of the NABCO team, and he says that the reason they recorded the low numbers today is not because the NABCO personnel do not want to come out, but it's more of intimidation, which is why the NABCO Secretariat released that statement saying they should come for a head count. We're still working, and we'll let you know what happens next.
Well, that is our colleague Bella Mundi. She's on the ground walking with the demonstrators. These are the NABCO trainees who are demonstrating against the arrears in their stipends, amongst other things. As I mentioned before, Johnny, the numbers are fairly conservative, not quite the turnouts that they wanted. They're citing things like intimidation as being the reason why these trainees are not out in their numbers. Like we would have expected. You saw that lady who was very passionate. She had her pin, her card. She says she just wants to be paid. She has a family to look after. 10 months in, no money.
You know, the argument is, and by the way, NABCO is trending on number 2 on Twitter. Fuel is trending number 1. Mr. President's number 3 as well. So you check it out. These are the 3 things that people are talking about now. You tag is somewhere in the trends as well. But the intimidation, and I reference a letter that was written by the Ghana Meteorological Agency instructing the NABCO beneficiaries under their direction and telling them that, well, if they don't turn up for work, they will not be considered when there's an opportunity. These are people who have not been paid for how many months? In fact, they have not been paid for September and October, then November, December, January, 3 months. So add that, that's about 5 months. February is coming, that's 6 months. They've just been paid 2 months of what is originally owed them. They've worked for that already. The remaining November, December, January and on are months that they asked them to stay on. Obviously because government perhaps doesn't know what to do with them. Obviously also because of the backlash that they got because you promised them permanency.
That's right.
And then you're asking them to go. And the people are saying, no, you asked for permanency, everybody's talking. So they say, stay on. Stay on and do what exactly? And the taxpayer is going to be footing these bills. But to what end? I asked already, show us how many people you have enrolled onto the NABCO program and show us what the impact of the enrollment has had for the nation. Revenue Ghana. We're talking about e-levy these days, but we all know that we talk about widening the tax net, we talk about plugging loopholes, we talk about roping in people. At this point, money, a mason, a carpenter, plumber, steel bender will all go to work. Some will earn 120 cedis, 100 cedis, whatever it is, tax-free. That's more than somebody who goes to work in an office. I mean, if you put it together, people earn as low as 400, NABCO 700, people 500. They all pay taxes. What does the mason, the carpenter, how much do they pay? So clearly, that was what we were told Revenue Ghana was going to answer, to go to the sites and all those places and try and rope in people. After 3 years, what can government report? And why is government asking them to stay on? And if they are staying on, what is the benefit, economic importance to us as a country? These are critical questions that government must be answering. But again, it comes back to the intimidation. You have not paid me, and you are telling me to come to work. And you say, if I don't turn up, and opportunities come, you give it to somebody else. And the NABCOnians are complaining that, well, opportunities come anyway, and you give it to people who you deem are qualified for it. So I'm here, I've done TV3Newday on NABCO basis for 3 years. A job opportunity comes for somebody to host a show. You bring somebody for me to train the person, and then you replace me with the person. Or you employ the person while I'm here and I've not been paid. And they have raised concerns. That has not been denied from the side of government. So I'm really disturbed that they have these numbers because, again, largely the young people that we speak up for are the same young people who end up defending all manner of things. So I saw something somewhere says, well, potholes shift, pregnancy potholes do this, potholes do that. In other countries, in our place, I think that potholes sometimes they shift our brains. Because when you talk for the people you speak for, they end up being with the people who they claim are oppressing them. I mean, one would have thought that with all the noise that have been made about NABCO, you would see different numbers.
So many more people.
So perhaps the picture that NABCO is painting to us is not the actual picture. Or they are just scared. Or they are scared that the head count will be done and that, again, they would not get an opportunity. But really, if Ken Oforiatta has told us that the payroll is choked and head count is going to be done, it's going to be done for them to be put where? That's a question. That is what any reasonable NABCO person should have asked before deciding to stay at home. Because most of them are at home anyway. They are not going to work because they don't have transport.
They can't afford to even
they
show
still cut their mother's
up
bread.
at work. So many questions, not enough answers. We still have our eyes and ears on the issues of NABCO. We're signing out now. A quick happy birthday, though, to Winifred Esisam from your dear friend Purple with love. She says, God bless you. On this note, we bid you farewell today on New Day on TV3. Of course, tomorrow we return. Make a date with us. We'll see you again tomorrow, same place, same time.